because I want to show you what the Quran says about pleasing Muhammad. According to the Quran, Muslims must please Muhammad just as much as they please Allah. In fact, the Quran says that Allah himself goes out of his way to please Muhammad. Let me repeat it again. Guys, pay attention. According to the Quran, Muslims must seek to please Muhammad as much as they please Allah, because Muhammad's pleasure is bound with Allah's pleasure. So Allah's pleasure is Muhammad's pleasure. Muhammad's pleasure is Allah's pleasure. And in fact, we find in the Quran, Allah going out of his way to please Muhammad. You with me there? I just want to make sure those of you who are listening get this point. So put a 1 if you heard what I just said. Glory to Jesus, because I know you're busy discussing matters with people in the text, and more power to you. God used you to witness. But I do want to make sure you're getting the point. Where does the Quran say that you must please Muhammad just as much as you please Allah? Because Muhammad's pleasure is bound with the pleasure of Allah. So Allah's pleasure is Muhammad's pleasure and vice versa. Chapter 9, verse 62. Chapter 9, verse 62. Note again the confusion, guys. Read with me. Well, you can't read with me unless you have your Quran open. So I hope you open it. Watch this. Chapter 9, verse 62. Isaac, everyone else, pay attention. They swear to you by Allah in order to please you, while Allah and there's that conjunction again, his apostle, are most entitled that you should seek his pleasure. Yarduhu. The word yarduhu. His pleasure. Okay, now I'm really confused. Whose pleasure? Again, it's singular. But the singular is used in the context of Allah and his messenger. Watch. I'm going to post it in the comment section. They swear to you by Allah in order to please you. Notice it's Muhammad. Please you, Muhammad. While Allah and his apostle are most entitled that they should seek his pleasure. Whose pleasure? Yarduhu. Whose pleasure? Can you guys help me out? Whose pleasure? You sure, Sierra? It says Allah and his messenger. So why would you say Muhammad? It's both. But why is the pleasure of both bound up in the singular? Why is it his pleasure, not their pleasure, when it's speaking the pleasure of Allah and Muhammad?
Because
you know why.
Muhammad getting pleasure is the same as Allah getting pleasure.
Thank you. So that means Muhammad is Allah's partner in pleasure. Muhammad has to be pleasured, pleased by all Muslims in order for Muslims to be pleasing to Allah. Because Allah's pleasure is Muhammad's pleasure is Allah's pleasure. Let me post it again. His pleasure. His pleasure. But in the context it says to the people, while Allah and his apostle are most entitled. Two of them. Most entitled. But hold on. Muhammad is a creature. Why would you say Allah and this creature are most entitled to receiving pleasure if Muhammad is not Allah's partner? And then why would you say you must seek his pleasure when you just got done talking about Allah and Muhammad?